Have you ever wondered and thought to yourself, where are all these weird looking potatoes coming from? Well, in this commercial, we'll be explaining the air potatoes. What they are, where they come from, their invasive nature, to their wide spreading across the world, to their takeover of the whole entire country of Florida. Today, we'll be discussing the topic of the air potatoes and their widespread across the US and so much more. Now, to give the basics, an air potato, or also known as Discora bulbifera, as known in scientific terms, is a plant and a terrestrial pest that roams around the earth. They're a vine plant that produces potato-like tubers. The tubers are typically irregularly shaped and can vary in size, often resembling small to medium-sized potatoes. They have a rough brownish outer skin and a scratchy white interior. The vine itself has a heart-shaped leaves. It can grow quite vigorously, climbing over plants or structures. Also, if you ever happen to come across one of these air potatoes once in your life, attempt not to eat them, since they contain toxins and even touching them will cause really bad skin irritation. So, if you see an air potato, just stay away at all times and attempt not to touch it. Air potatoes actually come from two locations, Asia and Africa, where their both native habitats were presumed until they brought over to the US. When air potatoes were introduced in the 1700s, they were used as a medical plant to treat medicines. But in some unexpected turn of events in 1905, they somehow escaped and infected the whole entire area of Florida and counting. Here's a map of where air potatoes have invaded. They've currently invaded Florida, southern Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, and part of Texas. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could a potato be that dangerous? Well, they grow at an alarming 8 inches per day. Yep, they cause too much harm to the environment and kill animals and plants all near them. They shape entire forest areas into just air potatoes and destroy trees and overtake them into just nothing but air potatoes. Now, in response to this invasion, scientists and the government have been consulting of using biological change to decrease the spread of air potatoes and ensure they don't make it to any other states. As for the public, we have been advised to use our gardening tools to hand. We should use weed whackers or any type of shears to decrease the spread of these air potatoes. Now, it is to be advised that you must wear safety equipment before taking these off, since these are really dangerous toxic potatoes we're talking about. Now, air potatoes in general have been estimated to cost around $35 billion in damages worldwide. Now, as an interesting fact, there is a little insect called an air potato beetle, which only consumes and eats on air potatoes and do not cause harms to humans or any plants at all. Now, if you really want to eat an air potato, it must be boiled, mashed, baked, fried, salted, or roasted, since any air potato in the wild will just cause really bad side effects. So make sure you prepare it nicely before consuming it in its nature.
But if you close your eyes.
As a last interesting fact, air potatoes are perennial, inedible yams that die back in the winter and also grow back in the spring.